What's up, everybody? My name's Crytek N-Bomb, and welcome back to some more Lost Judgment. Out here in the premium adventure, we are here, and we're at the end times. We finished everything that we had to do with the school story saga before this big climactic finale. We don't have much for leads on it, but I'm certain Masaharu probably found something. But all we got is Mystery Research Club with the progression shown. We have done as much side case as I could possibly do. I'm at a point where things might start slowing down if I don't get ahead of it while I'm ahead of time, because I am quite ahead of time right now. From more or less when you see this, hopefully I have more that comes out daily. But seriously, we only got 12 side cases left in the game for Yagami. I don't know what's gonna happen later on. Hopefully it's a continuation after, right? We're almost done with School Story Saga. We've done every girlfriend event last time, and man, Suka is still my favorite. I can't even help it. We've grown the most with her in the first game, so of course she's my favorite. But now, what's gonna happen? How's this finale gonna even work? Will we even have a finale side case to actually finish this side case, saga like we did? I clearly didn't think about this when I recorded this, so yeah, that'll be for a future episode. But yeah, the side cases are not here in the School Story Saga finale. But not really much to be had. We have a little bit of upgrades we can make, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more time as we close in on the secret boss that we have, just like in every Ryuga Kotoku game. Yes, there is a finale boss. There is a secret boss. But in these games, they seem to make it as a side case, so it's not as secretive unless you actually go sought after for the using, actually collecting and completion and all of that, right? But before we can get to the end, we need to get that build up going. And that's finishing the School Story Saga. Yagami-san, do you have a moment? Hey, yeah, what's up? Now that you've infiltrated 9 different social circles, I'm sure you've made a number of discoveries about the professor. I think it'd be wise for us to organize all the information we've gathered so far. That way we can begin to close in on the truth. Yeah, I guess we should get started on that, huh? Indeed. I'd like us to contemplate the situation as sort of an analysis boot camp, if you will. Could you join us when you find the time during the day? Join us? Is anyone else getting involved in this? I thought it was just me and you doing this kind of thing. Unless Kento wants to be in. And then, of course, the other girl, I forgot her name. Alright, let's do this. From here on, the school stories will commence the truth. Once this starts, everything will be put on hold until you clear it. Yeah. Let's do this. Good to go. Well then, let's look back on each incident the MRC's investigated so we can hopefully gain a better perspective. Alright. Would you look at this? Starting from how we did the School Story Saga after all. Let's start with the dance club. In the dance club, Maika Takanashi got into her sugar baby gigs through the professor's message board. That was what led us to discovering the actual site on the dark web. Students post on the site by using exclusive browser and register by using their student IDs. As such, we've come to the conclusion that the professor has a very advanced knowledge of computer networking and programming. That or he's got someone in his crew with the knowledge. As for Takanashi-san's motive for becoming a sugar baby, still a weird term, that was a rather unexpected development. She actually wanted it. The person who Takanashi went through all the effort for was our girl Itokura. So that was her name. Kotoko Itokura. She has such a cute name. I don't know why. It's weird because it doesn't go well with her personality, but I actually liked her character, just seeing her grow. I liked her. Kotoko Itokura. Last semester, Itokura was the chairman of the cultural festival committee. Takanashi was a member of that committee too. The other members got sick of Itokura's poor attitude and eventually began ignoring her. By the end of it, everyone had turned their backs on her. That had to have been tough for real. At any rate, the result was a colossal failure of the cultural festival, and Itokura-san hasn't been seen in class ever since. Thus, the identity of the dance club Sugar Baby was revealed. But the case didn't end there. Somebody by the username of Dancing Bunny posted a request for a physical assault of Norozuki-san, captain of a rival dance troupe. And the person who requested the hit turned out to be a bit of a surprise to us. For real. The true identity of the poster who requested the attack on Yurie Norizuki is this guy, Komikado. Dance club advisor Komikado. He used Nishizono's Dancing Bunny account to make the request. Except, according to Sakakiba, the professor actually never granted the request despite the generous offers from Komikado. What we can deduce from this is that the professor's motive behind his machinations are not actually monetary in nature. Alright. That does make me wonder what the professor's criteria is for selecting posts. Now, the second club we went to was this one. The Robotics Club. I nosed around there after the reports of robot cut purses in the city. As a result, we discovered that the thieving robot designer was none other than Tetsuro Kuromazaki. I still find it amusing. I do remember that. To be honest, I had suspected Okitagawa-kun. It's a shame I misjudged the truth. Yes, the club president of Robotics Club. Luckily, we were able to get our hands on something juicy at the lab. A key piece of evidence that points towards the professor's motive behind instigating all of this criminal behavior. Oh, was it this? That would be the copy of the email correspondence with the professor, which we found on the lab's laptop. Professor was explicitly plotting with the Neo-Kane gang to turn Kuromazaki-kun and the 7 other specific students to the wrong side of the law. Oh, I forgot that. Okay, so yeah, that was when we had Tsukumo get involved. I forgot about that. I remember that he helped us out at that point. So, 8 students total. We still don't know why he chose them. But I believe finding that out will be the key to discovering the professor's identity. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the third group that we went to was actually skaters, if I'm not mistaken. Shunsuke Shikishima, leader of the Ichijo Hounds, a local skateboarding community. Actually, now I think about it, when we did these other clubs, I believe we actually went to the boxing gym, but I'll leave that for later. He's also the culprit responsible for drawing the graffiti art that suddenly appeared on the walls of Surya. I remember that. I don't know if that's still on the wall either or not. The professor just so happened to be the motif of that graffiti. Right. Shikishima received a direct request from the professor via the website's private messaging system. That was what led him to tag the school graffiti, the perfect blend of crime and art. I guess straight to the point. Now this arc, man, was this probably my favorite arc of School Story Saga. I think it still was. This one was just amazing. This one, and including the biker gang, of course. It was just an amusing arc, right? This one was just, whew, was that an ordeal? But it was a fun time, unlocking the boxing abilities. The Todoroki Boxing Gym. This is the payback boxer case. Some masked kid kept picking fights with martial arts experts and other rough and tumble types on the streets. And in the end, we figured out who he really was. It was actually just Kenya Oshikiri. It was Kenya Oshikiri. He's a former karate club member who turned out to be a wonderkind of the Todoroki's gym. Well, even though I would say more than just wonderkind for the Todoroki boxing gym, that he was just built different. Like, there's no kid that'll ever be like him in real life. I don't see that. It's just he truly was built different. In fact, we even have evidence of Oshikiri's motive. Oh, fixed match evidence. Is it this one? Oshikiri only entered a Genbukai to try and overcome his fear of his father Fudo. Okay. Here, I had picked a different one, and it was actually the picture of his father. There was two different pictures. I was like reading the description of both, but I had a feeling it wasn't going to be that exactly, because he did say the evidence of, which had more to that, and this was the Genbukai, you know, expedition, the tournament, where Oshikiri had fought people that he had fought in the Genbukai, and of course he was doing that just as a way to train himself to overcome his father. Problem is, he found out that all of his fights were fixed in his favor. His champion status was a setup for the showrunners to line their pockets. And he learned it from the professor who sent him all the evidence he needed to see the truth for himself. So leads to the question, why would the professor reveal his own hand like that? Had this news of match fixing leaked to the public, people would stop betting. The Genbukai racket would be done for. We can at least assume that the money is not the motive. Looks like the professor's motive is the major key to solving this case. For real, for real. Alright, so we've done the dance club, robotics club, boxing gym, and skaters. Now we can get to the other ones building up. We had done in line, literally from left to right, starting with this one. Kanto Hikawa, former president of the photography club. Oh yeah, that guy. He'd been blackmailing Saga Sensei to save up for his college tuition. Thanks to the professor's website, Hikawa-kun found out Saga Sensei was having an affair. The professor supposedly reached out to Hikawa-kun to make the first contact, rather than vice versa. Which means Hikawa was one of the professor's targets. Yeah, it was very strange. Now, for the esports club, Genya Soban Matsu, head of Suruha's esports club. He cheated in competitions with a tool-assisted joystick, modded joystick. He seems to have acquired the program in his joystick from the professor. It's apparently too advanced for any normal high school student to have developed it. Which would mean the professor has an unusually high technical skills, maybe even more than that for all we know, right? Now, this one was kind of a blunder, but we could pick this one as well, Casino. Kohaku Hayakawa, a female student in the board game club. She started going to an underground casino here in town looking for thrills. Since minors aren't actually allowed in casinos, Hayakawa got access by borrowing her brother's membership card. She even impersonated as her brother whenever she went to gamble. In the end, though, we learned she had nothing to do with the professor. Since her case won't contribute anything to our work with the professor, I'll go ahead and exclude it from our list. Damn. Why did you even show? You know, it doesn't even matter. Anyways, this one was actually quite surprising for me. In terms of the enjoyment of the build-up, I enjoyed it very much. It's probably my second actual school story part of the entire, School Story Saga. My third favorite if you want to know, with the robotics club. But I really did like the build-up of it. I did love the change of it, and I got to see Saga Itakura. I actually liked her a lot. Okay, not in that way, but like her character, I thought she was cool. Anyways, the biker gang. The leader made in heaven, Yomaso. He went from the disciplinary committee to a biker gang practically overnight. It turned out that Sokun's mother had forbade him from participating in motocross, so he was doing what he could to suppress that desire for his while still having an outlet for it. Right, and the professor picked up on that jealousy, so he exploited it by manipulating Soo through certain means. This. Apparently, he was tipped off by a letter found in the committee suggestion box from a Prof M. Pretty safe to say that was the professor, right? This was supported by the fact that the letter was dropped off directly in the committee's suggestion box. Since it was located on campus, I find it highly likely that the professor attends or works at her school. We mustn't forget, though, there was one more key figure in this case. An individual connected to the Neo Kane gang. And that would be... you? Don Murasaki, aka Ghost. He's the younger brother of the legendary gang founder, Reiji Murasaki. Damn, I completely forgot about this portion with Don. Because I forgot the whole stick that happened with him was actually very interesting. Yet I forgot how important that part was. Don's goal was to rise to the top of Inchicho Underground so he could step out from his brother's shadow and make a name for himself. Koga, the Neo King Gang's leader, took notice of him and used his ambition for their own gain. They were trying to make up for their lack of heavy hitters by making Don Murasaki the rep of Made in Heaven and recruiting him to the Neo King Gang. I forgot, Koga, I think personally actually went out of his way, didn't he? This Koga really must have wanted to win the professor's favor, given how he thought of this as a sort of an offering to the professor. And can we say the best for last in some case? This one was just kind of like brief. I just hated how long it took for us to do it because it was just so brief as I figured it would be. There wasn't really much to go on since, of course, they were the guy was actually after Emily. Emily S. Mochizuki, popular employee of the girls' bar, Girls Bites. Kizuna Ashihara, a third year at Surya, lied about his age and frequently visited her along with the members of the Neo Kane Gang. Ashihara-kun supposedly joined the Neo Kane Gang thanks to his senpai. That was the unique part of this case. Ashihara had no contact whatsoever with the professor. In other words, he wasn't one of the professor's targets for delinquency. However, Ashihara-kun happened to overhear some key info about the professor while he was at the Neo Kane Gang's hideout. Yeah, when Koga hung up after a certain phone call, he muttered something to himself. Man said, that brat, I remember. That brat, supposedly. That's what Ashihara heard Koga say. The fact that he said brat must mean the professor's quite younger than Koga. He's most likely around 40, so we can expect the professor to be in his teens, maybe early 30s, or 20s. I was gonna say 30s, not freaking... Anyways, adds enough investigating for this portion.
Nanda?
Huh? I can talk to Amasawa? Something the matter, Yagami-san? Let's go over the cases already. Got all the cases on the whiteboard. Why does it let me look at her then? I thought like Yagami was gonna say something to her. Alright, we've gone through all the information we have so far. The biggest thing is we still don't know what is the professor's motive behind selecting those 8 specific students to lead astray. Out of 8, we know one person for absolute certain, Kuramazaki-kun in the robotics club. They went out of their way on him, specifically. Like, he had contact to a degree, right? Now, if we include the 6 individuals who we knew were directly approached by the professor,
つまり
we're up to 7. These were the people that apparently were directly, you know, in some way contacted by the professor. One more person
と
left.
いうことは
Assuming our theory is correct, there should be one student remaining who was led astray by the professor. Yeah, who could it be? Maybe the student's actually been involved in illegal activity this whole time, and we just haven't caught wind of it yet. Perhaps you're right. We must figure out who this last individual is as soon as possible. So, amongst the existing kids that we knew from the clubs we were at? How are we gonna figure that out? Kento?
ケント
What is it, Kento? Oh, sis, thank God. Where are you right now? At HQ with Yagami-san. Yagami-san's with you? Perfect. I'm actually at the Papo in front of the stage right now, and I've got a bit of a situation.
ね
What's wrong? Well, Hey! You little bastard! Oh, crap. Kento? Sorry. Call you right
えちょ
back.
っと
Kento's fighting. What was that? Everything alright?
いえ
I'm not sure, but it sounds like Kento's in some kind of trouble. That's not good. Where is he? He said he's at the Papo in front of the station. Alright, let's go. Okay, we are here at the Papo. What's going on here? What is good?
八神さん
I asked the clerk inside. I'll scope out the area. I saw a bag on the ground. Amasawa, isn't that bag...
あ
the wallet I gave him for his birthdays and son? So he just got abducted, didn't he? That quick? Or maybe he's on the run and we have to find him. I don't know. I'll have to clerk what happened. You stay here, Amasawa. I see. So, nowhere he went? Like, you don't know where he went? Really? So what then? What now? Gami-san, what happened to Kento? Okay, she's freaking out. He was here with a woman in her late 30s who was dressed amorously? An older woman. They both got dragged into a black car by some guys who looked like Yakuza and just took off.
そんな
You think of the Neo Kane gang? Maybe they grabbed him because we're getting closer to the professor. It's hard to say. Whatever the reason, we need to find Kento-kun. If only we could figure out where they took him. You know we can ask Tsukumo, right?
どうしたら
Oh. You're talking about... You know, I was thinking about that because the only thing that was on my mind at this point. But hey! You want to see your owner too? Alright. Nice to see you, Rampo. You know where he went?
なるほど
Rampo. How could I forget about him? Right, Rampo. This is your time to shine. Let's see how this dog does. Alright, something happened up here, so what's going on? Did he get taken here? Kento should be somewhere around here. What is this place? Don't tell me this is HQ, that'd be funny. Let go of me, you bastard! That's Kento's voice. Guess now's not the time to mess with the intercom. Let's go. Kento, I know you know how to fight. I didn't think you let yourself go like this, bro.
Yagami-san.
Yagami-san. The fact you want. Bro, why are we talking? Let me scrap with you right now. Get out my face, bitch. Alright, like telling you's gonna change how this goes. I'll take every single one of you out. Bring it. What in the... What's this guy's deal? Let's kill us. Oh,
Kento-kun.
boy. Kento, what happened, man? Yagami-san, I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. I'm sorry, sis.
ちょっと
Apologies are appreciated, but they aren't explanations. Now explain yourself.
実は
She was my sugar mama. No, not like this. Not like this, man. Not like this. Not like this. Nah. You seriously gonna tell me you're the last person we need to put on the board? The people that got influenced by the professor. Am I just gonna guess that right now? Because something started stirring? Why do you got a sugar mama? What's wrong with you?
なんだって
I'm sorry, you're what?
と
If a lady wants to date a younger guy, she's willing to spend the money. This is just a new thing for me. Yeah, no, I get it. Opposite of sugar daddy. Yes, that's not what I meant. Turns out she's also seeing this guy who's kinda in the Yakuza. You little idiot. He's more than a little, bro.
なあ
How did you meet her in the first place? Well, you, the professor. He really is the last troublemaker we have to put on the board. This is stupid. Kento, are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Masaharu gonna slap you into next Sunday, my guy.
は
You're gonna tell me you're the last dude that got influenced by the professor. Come on, man.
はあ
You've been posting there in that horrible place.
ごめん
Yeah, like I said, I'm really sorry. Yeah, sorry not gonna cut this.
え
I can't believe you. All while we were chasing after the professor.
と
Kento, how long have you been doing this?
うん
For like 2 months now? Started pretty soon after I first heard about the site from a friend. Bruh. So this happened before even Yagami came to the school then. Is that where I'm getting it? I was just reading the site and posting for fun, nothing serious. Then one day, got a DM from the professor. Said, I'm well aware of your looks and social skills. You could make some serious spending money doing this, and had a little job description after that.
まったく
So, you got the idea after the professor whispered in your ear. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
そういえば
Yagami-san, the professor's goal is to make Asen become delinquents in some way or other, correct?
あ
Yeah, you can throw your brother on the billboard if you want. On the whiteboard. And we're pretty sure we know who the 7 of them
と
are.
いうことは
Well, perhaps the last student is actually Kento? Unfortunately.
まあな
You know, could be. It could be my nuts. Anyways. Just put it on there. Because it seems like it's Kento at this point.
Eh?
Huh? Me? Oh yeah. We've been brainstorming. You fit the bill, my guy. You even said it yourself. You got a DM from the professor. That means he went out of his way for you.
あ
And just like that, we have our 8. That was pretty fast indeed. So what did this mean now? Well, Amasawa, now that we've got the full list, we can finally work out the professor's motive.
え
Yes, I think we're finally ready for some serious sleuthing. Firstly, the professor's motive isn't monetary, so what other motives could we possibly theorize? Let's see, for money, for love, for revenge. There are plenty of potential reasons. Yeah, that's true.
Amasawa.
Say, Amasawa, what do you think would have happened if we weren't there to set those kids straight? What would have happened? Well, they obviously would have continued their delinquent behavior. Yeah, that's safe to say, but it's also very likely they would have been caught eventually. Every time a crime is repeated, the risk of discovery increases. In all the cases we've looked into, the police would have caught the kids eventually if they took the investigation seriously enough. I suppose that's true.
ということは
So, in other words, we could predict the outcome the professor was hoping for. Oh, if they really wanted to, if the professor really wanted to make them more delinquent, just to get them caught and punished, then why? There's a good chance they would have gotten caught and punished for their crimes in some way. Yeah, that seemed to be the most natural outcome, most likely sent to an institution of some sort, expelled from school, possibly even turned into a criminal case. What if that was the goal? Oh-ho.
つまり
You're saying the professor's goal was to get those students out of Surreal by getting them into enough trouble to be expelled or incarcerated. Yeah, but that's just a theory for now.
なるほど
If that were the case, something bothers me about it. Cause it can't be the only reason. If that's what he wanted, he could have done it to anybody. He did to the people that could potentially turn more delinquent. But that doesn't feel like his main goal. It feels like part ways to a main goal. You know what I mean? It feels like he was trying to do this with a different goal in mind. I still think it has to do with recruitment of the Neo Kane gang. Because there were other scenarios throughout the school story saga that showed that there was recruiting people, recruiting new members and whatnot. And one of the actual Kane gang members from the former Yakuza gang actually mentioned something about that. But that's just me. I don't know how to feel about it.
Amasawa.
Let's see if this line of thought leads us to the professor's identity. We can move on. If not, so what did the 8 people on our list have in common? I don't know. Everyone's ambitious in different ways, but what would the professor's criteria for selecting these students? Hang on, these are... What is it? Nah, it's just a coincidence, right? Notice something? Enlighten us. Well, you're talking about how they might have something in common, so I just gave it a thought, and there's no way I'm right. I'm terrible at detective stuff, you know? Just say it.
ね
Can't so just tell us. All 8 students
実は
were in the cultural festival committee. We're going back to that case? Wait, do you think the professor was amongst that committee too?
ケント
Kento, are you sure? Yeah, there should be a picture somewhere. Found it. Here. What? No, what? What is this discovery? Like someone Matsu seeing him there kind of weird? Oh, this is actually kind of funky, bro. Now, this makes me nervous. What does this mean for Itokura? Everyone was, you know, influenced in some way, but not Itokura. This makes me feel conflicted. What else could it actually... What could it have actually happened, dude? Oh, I wish he was here to see this. Dude, okay, this is not no drama. It can't be. Don't say it. I know what you're about to say.
そんな
Gami-san, doesn't this mean... It does. We know someone with the motive for turning these Acer students into bad apples.
つまり
And this theory ties everything we've learned about the professor together And a neat little lead. Are you serious? We're really about to say this right now. Let's start by summarizing the professor's motive. At this point, it's safe to say revenge. I agree. Revenge sounds like the most fitting motive if the end goal was to get the students expelled or punished. Next up, we've already deduced that the professor has an advanced knowledge of computer programming and networking. Considering the complicated darknet form cheat tool, the betting site for the Genbukai, I suspect those skills were what drove Koga to curry favor with the professor to benefit the Neo Kane gang. Also, that delinquent who went to the girls' bar accusing Ashihara heard something important when he saw Koga. He called someone brat after hanging up on his phone. He was likely talking about the professor. We're really about to say it. Oh, dude. Lastly, this is the big one. There's only one person from the cultural committee who hasn't been caught in any kind of delinquency. And we haven't seen her for a good while. Someone who definitely has the motive to seek revenge on the other committee members. Someone with such advanced computer skills, I wouldn't be surprised if that knowledge extended to the websites too. I think we finally know. Oh, dude, this is actually happening. That's actually surprising to me in a way, because why would she reveal her face then? It's unfortunate, but she fits the profile to a T, and that T is kind of fucked up, bro, guy. I can't believe it. That's crazy. That picture pretty much solidified the alibi for us and what we were actually comparing. And what makes it worse is that she stopped coming to the MRC, and it made me wonder, why was she involved with us at the beginning or in between? I think what screwed her over for us to figure this out the most is knowing that she had the skills to pay the bills for building a website during the arc of the robotics club. If it wasn't for that, she probably would not have been as potentially in that position, but we would have still said her anyways because of her story. Professor's true identity is Kotoko Itakura. But Itakura, don't you see, the cultural festival wasn't just a flop for Suryu High. It was a catastrophic blow to Itakura's ego. It may have been due to her own attitude, but she had to deal with the committee members arguing with her, blowing off their duties, and even boycotting meetings. The cultural festival was destined to be a failure with that kind of situation, but she still took it so hard that she stopped coming to school entirely. Who would really be surprised to find out that she had a grudge against her former committee members this whole time? It's like something I like to add to that, but I'd rather see her side of the story first. No way. Not only that, Itakura sounded very proficient with computers. It's just the fact that this lines up to a T is actually messed up to me, man. Like, now it makes sense that the professor would want to get these students punished and actually in jail and caught. It makes sense now, because the person used to go to Suryu, and it was someone we actually saw. If it was someone we didn't know and we had to figure it out, this could have been a completely different arc entirely. But then how would the finale of Robotics Club have happened? Itakura helped us out throughout it to a point that I'm confused, but she did stop coming to this club, and I don't know how long it's been since she stopped coming to the club. But did she want us to find out about who she was? She put together that mystery trick encyclopedia in no time. It's professional level work. She also tutored Sakura's son in the robotics club with his programming. But the professor was selling answers to mock exams and stuff on the site, right? We'd have to steal that from the cram school's computers or something. Only a professional hacker could pull that off. About that, there's still something that's been coming to mind every so often. At first, It was just a curious discovery that didn't mean much of anything. Oh boy.
あの
When I had to go undercover at the Todoroki gym, do you remember when Itakura-san found a photo of Fudo Oshikiri in that weekly magazine? Wait. Oh, she got the photo,
です
right?
が
Well, I did some more research on that picture. Turns out the article, it appeared to have been pulled several years ago due to a legal claim.
なんだって。
ええ
I tried to reverse the image search in a photo, but it seems all digital versions of the article were pulled as well. My guess would be that the Omi Alliance pressured them into self-censorship at some point. Whatever the case, the fact is that no one should have been able to find that picture unless they somehow accessed the publisher's servers.
つまり
Do you think Itakura might actually be good at hacking? Yeah, it's quite likely. I recall how Fudo Shikiri turned out to be the key to the payback boxer case. What if Itakura fed us that information so Itakura Oshikiri-kun's crimes would be exposed and he'd face criminal charges? What kind of high schooler would be thinking that far ahead? It's actually kind of amusing in a way to hear that line, you know? The fact that she tried to think that far ahead on trying to feed us that
で
information,
すが
even though it didn't really help her that much. I just can't believe it. Not yet. Not the Itakura-san I know.
天沢
Well, let's ask her to come meet with us. We should ask her face to face. And hope the only thing that comes of it is a good love.
ええ
Oh boy. That's if we can confront her about it. But I bet you she's planning for this. She usually drops by the club room around this time. I'll try reaching out to her.
Amasawa senpai
Osama Senpai, did you need something? Hey, what's good? Yeah, it's nice to see you. Yagami's face. Ah, there you are, Itakura. We wish we had a quick question for you. Won't take long. She's gonna put two and two together, huh? Damn! That is getting caught red-handed, Chaser!
八神さん
She can't get away at all, no. We gotta chase her. She locked us from the inside? How? How is that possible? Well, time to lockpick. Wait, did she bring a key with her in case this happened? Open, goddammit. Perfect.